I'm really done with the WBC. We be capped, we be crooks, we be corrupt, whatever you want to call them. The WBC, I'm so done with these guys. That Mauricio Solomon, like, mate, you make me sick to my stomach the way you go on. Yeah? So, yeah, clearly this is a message to the WBC. Now, I was watching the podcast, The Fight Disciples. Now, as with this, that Adam Catchell and Nick, I think Nick, I don't know his second name, but yeah. Anyway, I was watching the podcast, and I was completely unaware of that that 270-page document that Conor Ben's team sent over to the WBC. The WBC threw it out and said, "Nah, mate," like, because obviously they said about contamination and all that kind of stuff there. Then after that, when they threw that out, they said about the whole about Conor Ben's diet, about the whole he has a lot of eggs. Now, one thing I'm gonna say to a lot of people, there was a time back in 2016. Obviously, I was on a low carb diet, and where I was actually back in 12 eggs a day. Yeah. Now, obviously, I had it in an omelette. I only had two of the yolks, and obviously the rest was egg whites. So, I will say that eating 12 eggs a day in a certain diet is not really. Yeah, it is doable. Yeah, because like I said, I've done it myself. I remember I had the 12 eggs. Yeah, I had started off with six in the morning, where I had it with blueberries or strawberries on top, and obviously some spinach. Then I had a different, obviously like a snack. Then obviously I had a carb meal during the lunchtime period, and then back once again in the evening as a snack. You can believe it, I had another again an omelette with 6 eggs. So yeah, the whole 6 eggs situation, I can say it, within myself, I've done it. So, and I've done it for up to like eight to 9 months. So it's not. It is doable, but when it comes to this whole, my issue with the whole Conor Ben situation is you talked about, well, going by what that Adam Catchell was saying, it was all about contamination. Like there was something wrong with the lab. Those tests were, both of them, well, one or whatever, were contaminated. And the WBC supposedly have thrown it out. Now all of a sudden they talked about he's egg diet, his nutrition. They said, yeah, possibly it's to do with eggs. So it wasn't done intentionally. All right, that's a load of BS. Because now, if it's to do with the whole egg situation, Conor Ben, have they took hair follicles? Yeah, have you allowed them to take one of your hair follicles? Have they allowed you? Where's the receipts? Yeah, where you get your eggs from? Because, like I said, when it comes to the whole the drugs thing, I don't know what I'm talking about. Never took any steroids, I got no idea. Like someone who's a bodybuilder and all that kind of stuff they will know a lot more than compared to myself. I'm clueless in that field. But I'm going to call it for what I see it. Now, Canelo, one thing I will say, Canelo got this lot of stick back in, I want to say it was back in 2017, or was it 2017 or 2018, when he was supposed to have the rematch with Triple G. Then obviously, it was caught with, I can't remember even what, like I said, the whole steroids thing, I got no idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, he was caught with whatever he was caught with. Was it Clambunio? I'm pretty sure it was Clambunio. Then he was supposed to have got follicles, had receipts of where he got his meat from. They bring it back to the farm, and then they found out, cool, this is actually facts. Yeah, it's facts. However, Canelo still served a 6-month ban. Now, with Conor Ben, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally, the brother's got no band, raises alarm bells for me. All right? There's a lot of things with the whole Conor Ben situation, and I want this guy to be innocent. But looking at this, it's really looking bad. I mean, he's talking a lot, but honestly, the way man's talking, he's talking like an empty tin. And you know that saying about, empty tins make the most noise, but there's nothing in it. So you're talking about the whole Eubank situation, about laughing about the Eubank situation. Fair enough, there's been a lot of back and forth, but you are not cleared as far as the boxing public and concerned. Whatever information you provided to the WBC, provide that same information to the Boxing Board of Control. Yeah? And like I said, I'm holding, like literally, when I'm saying I'm holding on, because right at this moment of time, I want to rip this guy's head off and say, mate, F this guy. He's a drugs cheat and all this kind of stuff there. But I'm holding on because, like I said, I don't want to be saying a lot of things and the next thing I know, it's been thrown in my face. But yeah, you need to provide all this information to the Boxing Board of Control. This whole 270-page document you provide to the WBC, run it with the Boxing Board of Control. If there's eggs in your diet and all that kind of stuff there, provide the information of where you got your eggs. Like maybe he has, maybe he hasn't, I don't know. Like I said, I'm an outsider talker. I'm just looking at it for the information that's been given to the public is how I'm looking at it. But real talk, yeah. If you're gonna talk up and pipe up and trying to go at a man like Errol Spence and all that kind of stuff there, like I want to see you provide everything. Now I'm gonna be real with you. There's two ways of looking at this with this whole Conor Ben, and I know I'm kind of getting sidetracked with the whole WBC thing, but I'm gonna run it through the whole Conor Ben situation. Is either this guy is a compulsive liar, yeah, or the guy is deluded, or the guy generally believe he had done nothing wrong. It's not what was I say deluded, not deluded. He's more of a compulsive liar / a spoiled brat. Yeah. Oh yeah, my dad kind of, yeah. My dad's Nigel Ben and whatever, like, my dad's Nigel Ben, so this shouldn't happen to me. I should be able to get away with this and that and that. Could be. Or generally, like I said, he is generally innocent. So, but I'm going to be real with you. The more I look at this, then I'll see what the WBC are doing. Then I'm seeing you're not providing information to the Boxing Board of Control. The more I look at this, the more you are looking guilty, as far as I'm concerned. I don't care what the WBC says. Now, in all fairness, I heard an interview with Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn is another one. You're there talking about, if I feel like Conor Ben was... Yeah, if I felt like he was... he's not innocent. Use the word, obviously, throw him under the bus. Eddie Hearn, listen, we're not stupid. Don't take boxing fans as stupid. The reason why you're siding with Conor Ben is because you're looking at him as your next pay-per-view star. Even now, you're looking at him as your next pay-per-view star. We're not stupid. Yeah? Joshua, obviously, Joshua's still got a couple of years. I still believe he's still got a couple of years yet left. But you've got no one really in your roster that can... Conor Ben was the future. Yeah, that you could bring over to the boxing casual and make the next big star. And don't worry, I did not fart, because I know this is literally this, what do you call it? This, basically got my elbows on the table and jumper and wood rubbing together. Makes a funny noise. Anyway, boom, we move on. Yeah, so literally, when it comes to the whole Conor Ben situation, mate, it's a load of shambles. And the fact that the WBC bought that nonsense, if this is true, bought that nonsense that, right, you know what, we don't believe the whole contaminated 270 pages. Then within a 3 weeks turnover, what Adam Catchell stated, that within 3 weeks, yeah, you know what, we look at him as that, yeah, it wasn't done intentionally, so he's all cleared. However, this is still in your system. You should still get some kind of ban. Some kind of ban, sorry. So, yeah, it's mate, the WBC is a joke. Another thing as well when it comes to the whole WBC thing. Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, the winner gets ranked. You're having a laugh. Are you really having a laugh? Yeah? There are so many athletes out there, yeah, that are going through the hardship. We know what it is. The only good drawing for these guys is because they draw the public, and you want some of that sanctions. That's what it is. But like I said, the WBC is a joke as far as I'm concerned. And you know what? Derek Chisora said it. I'm pretty sure he said it in the press conference, or he said it he said it in the IFL interview. Forget chasing belts. Forget, mate, draw a crowd. Get the public on your side. Yeah? Be an attraction for the public. Yeah? Because that's what Chisora's always on. He's like, mate, he was all that whole thing about, yeah, forget belts, forget world titles, all that kind of stuff there. Go for what makes the most money. Go for the money. And you know what? That's how all boxing fans, all these next generation of boxers, that's how you got to look on it. And especially, I'm talking about the guys who are going through the hardship, you know? The guys who are being overlooked, yeah? Draw a crowd. Draw their attention, yeah? Whether you got to play the whole, what's it called, the heel or whatever, get the crowd, yeah. Whether people like you or don't like you, just, yeah, do that. We're going to tell you right now, Jake Paul being ranked for the WBC, top 40 or whatever, mate, it's a joke. It is a joke. So, yeah, the WBC, I'm not going to lie. I hope that, like, obviously, look, the WBC and all that, these, like, WBA and all that, they've got history, but, you know, but, mate, honestly now, I'm a guy who loves this sport. I love this sport. Like, every day, when I'm telling you, man's watching, like, mate, I'm watching boxing. Hardcore. When I'm on a treadmill, sometimes when I'm sitting home, I'm watching boxing hard. But honestly, it's come to a point where I don't care about belts. I just want to see the big fights. That's it. Forget all these sanctioning bodies or whatever. Like, because they all got their agenda. All of them got their agenda. Like I said, when you look at the Ring magazine, like, I just find funny, and I know we're kind of getting sidetracked, but you know what? We have the Ring magazine. We had Terence Bud Crawford. Yeah, it became undisputed back in, what was it, 2018? Was it 2018? You know what? I'm pretty sure it was 2018 or 2017. No, it would have been 2018. I'm pretty sure it would be 2018. Anyway, obviously it became pound for pound. Then I think Lomachenko moved up to lightweight. All of a sudden, Lomachenko takes the number 1 spot. Then Crawford has always been number 2. Then, like I said, it happened like that until back in 2020, where Lomachenko gets beat by Lopez. Then he gets dropped. Then rather than putting Crawford up, they then go and replace Crawford with number, 3 or 4 at the time, Canelo. So then Canelo takes that spot. Yeah, Crawford's still sitting, like, there's all these things there. And before anyone says, no, I'm not a Crawford fanboy, I'm just looking at things for what it is, innit? There's a bias and there's a certain agenda why people do certain things. So, and we know what it is. Yeah? The only one, like I say right now, where I have no concern and no problem as him being number 1 is Usyk, in all fairness. Usyk, Crawford, because Usyk has gone to everyone's backyard, and that there I have no problem. Even back then, when people were there talking about Lomachenko, I'm there talking about Usyk. Usyk's the guy. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's with the whole Ring Magazine nonsense. Like, all of these sanctioning bodies are jokes. Like, all of them. Yeah, the WBA, like, all right, fair enough. When it comes to the IBF, when it comes to the mandatories, they're seriously on it. But yeah, all of them are just jokes. Like, none of them, they've all got their agendas. So, in that note, what I'm trying to say is, anyone who's up and coming, following boxing or wants to do boxing and all that kind of stuff, there, focus on building the fan base. That's what you need to focus on. Forget this whole, I'm going to be world champions dedicating in the gym and all this kind of stuff there. Because honestly, all it does is it gets thrown back in your face. Like I said, when you look at fighters like Jack Massey who working at a building site, it's a joke. Anyway, you know what? I'm gonna keep talking for like what we're going on for 16 minutes now. I'm just gonna cut this from now. Cut it now. So yeah, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next vid.